What's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a VGC video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I am joined by my co-host Adi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's a big day. It's a big week. We just had Pokemon Presents today, which I'm very excited to talk about. And then we also had some, Pokemon tournaments and stuff. I don't know that I guess happened as well. But yeah, it's good to be here.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it. And we also have Nick joining us to talk about some of this stuff as well. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good. The announcements were a little exciting. There's some cool info that they dropped.
Yeah.
So, we can talk about it.
Yep, absolutely. But first off, we've got a couple of things that we want to talk about really quickly before we launch into the Pokemon Presents. So Pokemon Presents will be one of the first things we get into. First off, though, if you're here now and you're not going to be able to catch the whole thing, you can definitely check us out on YouTube. We post this on YouTube a day later, so !YT in the chat. And you can watch it there if you'd rather watch me talk on 2X, or if you aren't going to be here for the full thing. And also, if you have any questions or comments, of course, leave them in the Twitch chat. We'll be reading as we go. So if you guys want us to answer any questions, of course, throw them that way. And with that, the first thing is right this second, right now. I mean, if you're here, you probably shouldn't be if you're trying to register for these tournaments. Yeah, I think this one probably already occurred. Frankfurt? Or, wait, no, I'm spacing on that. CEST? That surely already occurred, right? That's your...
Central European.
Okay. But if you're going to Monterey, that is occurring this very second. I am not, so no sweats there. But yeah, and I guess neither of you guys are, or you probably would have mentioned it.
I really want to go to Monterey. If you're going to we don't know the format yet, but if you're going to Pittsburgh, it makes a lot of sense because either it's going to be the first event of the year and it's going to be good practice for the next tournament a week later, or it's going to be the same format as Worlds. And if you're like me and you're prepping for Worlds, then you're going to have a chance to use the same team with a little bit of a few updates for both those next two tournaments anyways. So it is a really good timing. There are no direct flights from the East Coast to Monterey, not a single one. There is no good itinerary to get there. I have tried so hard. I really want to go, but yeah, it's not going to happen.
Got it.
Well, apparently the registration is tomorrow.
Am I spacing? I am spacing. My bad. Okay.
23rd.
It's the 23rd.
I thought this was right now. I thought it was right now. My bad.
But if you're watching on YouTube, it is today. Today
evening. Yes. Okay.
For what it's worth, I don't know if Monterey is going to cap. At least not right away. It might. Usually, North American events tend to cap after a few weeks. Obviously not a given, but I would not be surprised if Monterey capped right away. If you want to take some time, maybe you want to see what the format is for registering. European events, usually not that lucky. But I think Frankfurt usually is a pretty big venue because they had hosted an internet there. So it might have a bigger capacity and maybe that won't cap either. We'll see. Who knows?
I will say a bit of a bummer, the timing of this. I don't know if they will fill up or not, like you were mentioning, but this is just barely before we should learn the format that we'll be playing at these tournaments. We should learn it at the end of the month. And so if these are filling up, you kind of have to decide beforehand. Maybe if they do refunds or not, you can find out. And then with Pitt, these two are on the same weekend, I believe. Not just the registration, but the actual tournaments. Pittsburgh is a week later, I do believe. And so that one, if they don't follow a set release schedule when it comes to opening up the signups for these, but if they were, or if this were to indicate anything, then Pitt signups might be next week if that's one that you're planning on going to. So I guess just always keep an eye out on that. Arcanine is a very good account to follow for getting that information, but we'll always plug it here when we see it. And yeah, so those ones coming up. It is crazy to be thinking about next season already. I mean, this time around last year, I feel like I went to a local or two. It was kind of goofy, just for the season after the World Championships. It is silly to just be looking so forward when this season still has one final tournament to conclude it. But anyways, that said, let's go ahead and keep it moving. I think I know what I forgot to grab. I did put that one in there. Move on to that now. No, I'll leave it where it was. Whatever. because this is pretty relevant. Toronto coming up, and it's actually my birthday weekend. My birthday's January
Oh
8th,
shit.
so
Oh,
I
Are you
don't
going?
know. Yeah, well, okay. So obviously we're going a
Oh,
little bit
actually,
out of order. Go ahead, Nick.
happy belated half birthday.
It is basically around here, right? You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 days ago.
So I went to Toronto last year. I feel like it was a bit of FOMO as well as like a bit of like a wanting to play Reg H one more time before it left us. I think that was part of the reason. And this time around, it is importantly on the other side of the calendar year. It was like December, like 14th or something like that. So before the format rolled over, this is January. It's very likely that this is the first in format of whatever the format is for the time. There's a chance, it really depends. We got to find out in at the end of this month what the format post Worlds that starts September 1st, when that one ends. We don't know the end date. We just know the likely start date. But like September, October, November is 3 months already, right? And a lot of them in 3 months. So there's a chance that it could flip in December, whatever. January, very possible that it could be a new format. We've had a lot of new formats start with the new year. And so that part makes it tempting to go to this one. But otherwise, it is Canada, like northern, very north in the cold months. Like it's not really a nice destination to be going to at the time of year.
Okay, but if you consider that if you live in Canada, it's actually pretty far south.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, as far as
Yeah.
Canada goes, as soon as I said north, that's why I said it was up north because I had to catch myself. I'm like, I was gonna say northern Canada, and I was like, no, it's not northern Canada. It's very southern Canada. Um,
Uh,
but that said, it did kind of like click to me. I don't know. Somebody pointed this out the other day. Like, does Pokemon book these at the times of year that are like cheapest? Like, is that why we're NOLA in the summer? It's because it's just hot there and nobody wants to be in NOLA when it's like peak heat. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It probably is true that the venues are probably just out of their price range that they're willing to spend.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice venues. I mean, I'd rather have a nice venue at an off time of year, probably if that's the choice. I mean, like it'd be
Yeah.
awesome to have the venue at a slightly warmer time of year, but like
Mm-hmm.
it probably it probably beats being at the airport venue in Toronto in like April or something. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Like the airport
And
venue is just this one's downtown. It's pretty cool.
it's really nice. It's really nice. It's like right downtown. If you watch that last podcast, I was talking it up a lot. I will say, like, yes, I think that usually they will do it in a time where it is a little like a downturn, so it's a little cheaper. That being said, Vegas is in November. Like that's a you have to have some winter events, and that's a pretty good place to go in the
Yeah.
winter where it's relatively warm, right? So it's not
Yep.
all it's not exclusively winter events that are in cold places. There's a little bit of a mix, but yeah, I mean historically we've had Portland in January and Dallas in January, and again that's sort of that contrast where one really cold event that is I don't know if Portland Regionals is that expensive to host. It doesn't seem like it's that pop in a city. I love it, but it's not like the biggest city. Whereas Dallas, the Texas Regionals, is really nice in the winter. And I don't think we have a date for our Texas Regional this year, but it seems like it's not going to be in January.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is still lining up with the video that was put out earlier, kind of like soft leaking all of the locations and stuff. We didn't know all of the dates based off that or anything. So this is still important information to be getting. But yeah, Toronto kind of like falling in line with what we already know. So maybe just kind of giving further credence to the fact that all those little dots might have been the locations that we'll be expecting this year. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, Toronto gonna be cool. And so yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest factors is going to be what the legal rule set is at this one because it's very relevant to what we'll be talking about later. Champions, of course. So we'll save that for when we get to it. But next up, a little bit sooner, is Victory Road doing another one. This one called Road to Anaheim, no longer the July Challenge or anything like that. So. But it's called number one. Definitely indicates that they'll probably be hosting more of these. They're just going to kind of keep churning them out. And I mean, power to them. It's awesome to be having such good practice for the players going to the World Championships. Or even if you're not going to the World Championships, you want to play against players that are. This is really good high level practice. So cool that Victory Road keeps doing these. But I mean, there's not much more to say about this one. It's no different than all the last we've seen. It just has a different name. Um, So moving along, we did have some of the world's swag and stuff like this, and I don't know. I keep coping. I keep making jokes like inside that cooler or that backpack there better be a Switch 2 case because I'm still waiting for my Switch 2 case. I'm bringing my Switch 2 to Worlds, and I'm flying home with a Switch 2 case. Come on.
Yeah, well, I hope you're flying home with the Switch too, because it's gonna get damaged if you just leave it in your backpack like that.
Yeah. Shut up.
Hmm. No, okay. So with regards to the Switch 2 case, I am firmly of the belief that you should not bring a Pokemon like play Pokemon World's Pokemon Switch case to an event because other people will have the same case and you have a risk of losing your Switch because people get it mixed up. And I don't want to take that risk. There's lots of other nice cases out there. You're at a Pokemon tournament. Everyone knows you like Pokemon. You don't need more Pokemon merch. That's just me. Killing my chances
I
of
will
getting
be rocking
sponsored by
my
Pokemon.
Yokohama Switch case because I did awesome at that tournament. And
Yep.
if people ask,
That's fair.
it's a cool conversation starter. Oh, you play? Yeah, no, I actually cut that Worlds. It was sick. And they're like, oh shit, this guy's a badass. And that's what I'm
using
going
the London one because I just like have I don't know, that's just the one that well, that was the last time we got one, right? That was why. So I'm just still using the London one. And every time I bust that out of tournaments, people are like, "Oh, you qualified for Worlds that year?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I did." But like, it is like it's still really cool. It's not intended to be a conversation starter, but kind of ends up that way sometimes.
for. Why not? I mean, I'm also cheap in that one. I mean, I guess I could probably sell it. I'm not going to investigate that one too much, but it's maybe it's that I'm lazy. But
It's like come on, like a nice case is like $20.
Right.
You can get a nice case if you want, but
yeah. Yeah.
So
I was doing my research. Anyways, yeah, sorry. Moving on from Switch cases, although I was doing some research into Switch 2 cases, I did end up buying one that's pretty plain.
nice.
I would like one that's like stylized in a different game that's not Pokemon. I've been rocking a Zelda Switch 1 case. Anyways, other merchandise. We do have some info on the merchandise, and I don't really care for any of this. I'll be honest. All of these, like this theme does not really spark joy for me. It's very colorful. It reminds me a lot of Hawaii Worlds, which was also very colorful, like the same sort of color palette as well. And so I don't know. I'm not a fan of that one. This one, on the other hand, the Arcanine, and this is
yeah.
I think this is what we're getting for the competitor kit. Whereas this one's sexy. I want that playmat really badly. That is a nice playmat. That is a hat that I would wear out. Those are some nice sleeves. Like, yeah, like this is really I want these. But I don't think these are the ones we're getting as competitors. I think we're getting the other ones as competitors.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Jimmy, we were talking about a Switch 2 case because there is a lack of one, and I am very distraught that there is a lack of one. There is not a Switch 2 case. At least you can.
Which does feel like a bad. Like it does feel like they're just burning money by not selling a Switch 2 case after the Switch 2 came out, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of in the same camp as Audie. I mean, it's not that it doesn't spark joy, just like I'm not like the right person for a lot of the stuff. Is this the pin bag, by the way, coming back? That was like my least favorite item that we got in the Worlds kit, which was just like a bag for displaying your pins. I don't know. It's very much like stuff for the sake of stuff, which I don't mind that. I mean, like the whole thing is just like getting a cool kit for qualifying for Worlds, but like I'm not really trying to flip it and make money off of it. Like it would be cool to get some stuff that I would use. So, anyways, yeah. On a related note, the Pokemon Center opened up as well, and I feel like I didn't grab a link for that as a conversation topic, but this is as good as as any. Those opened up, and I think we all got appointments. I didn't actually get an appointment. Sorry, I'm misleading. I didn't bother. I heard there was a lot of panic about it, and then Gina was just texting Allie, Colin's girlfriend, and was just like, "We're going with Colin," and I was like, "Sounds good to me. Thumbs up." Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So here's what happened for me. I got a DM from someone who was like, "Yo, here's the early Pokemon Center link." It's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Competitors, when you signed up as a competitor, when you registered, you check a box saying that you get email first saying that you want access to the Pokemon Center and you're supposed to be able to register before anyone else does. So I registered on this this Pokemon Center link that I got sent a while ago as a competitor, and then maybe then I checked Twitter and I see the Cerebi has posted a link a couple hours after I register, so I got my fairly early slot. And then a couple hours after Cerebi posts a link, I get an email saying, "Hey, you're a competitor. You wanted an early link to the Pokemon Center? You should sign up right now." And it's like, really? I didn't check. I imagined that at that point it was pretty close to full, or at least a lot of the early slots were filled up. Obviously, as a competitor, you can't really register on Friday, and you don't really want to register on Saturday either because you kind of expect to be playing. So that also limits your time slots to basically Thursday. So it is kind of silly that all the slots got leaked a little early, and I don't know by whom, but most everyone in Tub, most everyone kind of in the know, I guess, had access to the Pokemon Center link pretty early, and I think we all kind of signed up. If we wanted one, I know Nick and I are both going on Thursday morning, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jimmy, you
Yeah,
got
no, I
a
saw
good
it in
point
the
there.
Discord.
You guys are chilling with your Thursday, Reg, because it's relatively early, which means that, you know, if there is any hot item that you're worried about selling out quickly, you might have a better chance at getting it. There definitely are some items that are a little more limited in that sense if a lot of people are liking them. It's not like your, you know, most standard things like a shirt or whatever, but like sometimes they do like super special ones like a certain type of hat or bag or like dice. Think dice go quickly and stuff, whatever. There's some that are just for flipping and resell. Honestly, a lot of, not that they're intended for that, but a lot of people will be getting them for exactly that reason. But
well, and on that note, because you didn't sign up, you didn't see this maybe. There are
right.
5 items that you had to enter a lottery for, which are the skateboard, which you see. I guess you don't see a skateboard on here.
I don't
The
think so.
jukebox, which I also don't see on there, on this image. The shiny Gyarados figure, and then 2 ETBs for I think Kyurem, no, for Zekrom and Reshiram. I don't know. I don't know what ETBs are. The card game stuff. And you had to sign up for a lottery for all of these. You need to win the lottery to have an opportunity to buy one of these. Obviously, if you signed up, you aren't obligated to buy it, even if you win the lottery. And I believe that it said that you can't win the lottery for multiple items. So if you really want one of these, you maybe shouldn't sign up for all 5, then maybe get stuck with the ETB. That being said, I think these are the 5 items that I guess they assume are the most likely to sell out. So
Nick,
that those I know ETBs generally sell for a decent amount, and I know the skateboard has crazy resale value from the last few times they've done a skateboard.
But you gotta get that thing home. That's so annoying.
I'll be honest. If I win the lottery for the skateboard or the jukebox, I will be flipping it right away. I
make
will
it happen.
just
You're
sell
gonna make
it.
it happen.
Yeah, exactly. I will find someone who lives in Southern California who wants to buy it. Do you know anyone in Southern California who buys and sells merchandise, by the way?
No, no, I can't name anybody. But yeah, Nick, I was gonna ask you, do you know what ETBs are?
I don't. I mean, I know it stands for Elite Trainer Box, but I don't know what's notable about it.
Is it just like a set release kind of? But like I don't know. I'm not. It's TCG. I don't know.
I've been informed that they have a decent amount of resale value. But I didn't sign up for them. I signed up for just the Gyarados figure and the
okay.
box.
Thank you, Drago Blaze, for giving the information. I'll read it out loud, but saying that it's just like a couple of packs, sleeves, and other items for the TCG along with a promo card. So, okay, that makes sense to me. I mean, it's probably a bunch of like exclusive items that are only included in that set, like those sleeves and such are probably the items that people are like really going after. So, okay. That said, though, we'll go ahead, Ani.
There's one more piece of merchandise. They have now that they're like dropping merchandise that we don't know about, like the jukebox and stuff. There's one more piece of merchandise they usually have that I'm curious about that I don't see here is the Pikachu figurine. They have a Pikachu figurine for every Worlds that I want to say that I've been to. Figurine.
Oh,
they have a plush. They have a photo of the plush already.
Yeah.
But they usually have a figurine that you can only get at the World Championships, and that's the one thing that I've been collecting for each of them because they're like $20 each. And I've got like close to a complete set. I think I might have missed the first one that I didn't think about buying. So that's the one thing that I want to see because if they're replacing that with the Gyarados figurine, I will be a little sad.
The only thing that I actually want from the Pokemon Center, besides the Switch 2 case, is just the shirt. I always go and get one of the regular shirts because Gina wants one to match my like competitor shirt, you know. So they just get one of the regular, usually similar art style or like the same art but a different color than the competitor shirt. But looking for that one. I don't think it's actually displayed in here, because I think this is like a dress shirt. That's not the one we're looking for, but whatever. It's gonna look exactly like the competitor shirt, and we're gonna try to get that one. It probably won't sell out, because if you sell out of shirts, what are you doing? Okay. So, anyways, next up, I think we're actually getting right into the
Hold up.
Presents.
I have one more link in the world's merch that I put in the doc that I want you to click on.
Okay.
That they announced. Sorry, the promo card. This is part of the Pokemon Presents, so it's kind of a nice little segue here. But as part of the Pokemon Presents, they did talk about the World Championships. They had a little bit of stuff that's coming out, including, notably, I think, exclusive merchandise for people who win the World Championship. I don't think anyone else can get this merchandise. Is that how that works? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's not new, but it is very cool.
Yeah. I would rock that jacket everywhere if I won the World Championship. I would never take that thing off.
It looks cool. It looks really, really cool. It's not even like open or anything, but just like the sleek black with the logo, it would be sick.
No, it's a very good look. The hats are cool too. I got a top 32 hat from Worlds, which is the same vibe, except it's not as cool as the jacket.
Yeah, you got a backpack too, right?
I got a messenger bag.
Like the one that they show on screen. So maybe they're going to have a similar one that says top 32 or something like that. So they're champion.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And then here's the card.
And then here's the promo card. Someone who plays the TCG, tell me, is this card good? Or is there any potential this card is good?
It is completely unviable.
They printed it to be unbuyable because like they don't want people to have to get these to play. Because they're expensive.
They have actually made a Psyduck that is kind of playable, but you still don't play this card.
Oh, okay.
That's a shame.
It is not worth.
Oh, the champion confusing because it's a pun. I guess that makes sense. That's amusing. So yeah, that's something that they announced today, that they talked about today. And also today for Scarlet and Violet, they did announce something that it's like, this one is funny because this one really bothers me. We're finally getting those shiny ruins in a Terra raid event, and I wish I had a nice little neat space that showed all of the dates together. But yeah, the dates are Wo-Chien is going to be starting, I guess, tomorrow until
today.
the 3rd.
It's already live.
It's already live. Cool. You don't immediately get it. You gotta like beat it a million times or something. Like, not you. Imagine everybody has to beat it a million times.
You and your best community mates.
Get grinding now if you ever want to get it. You can get shiny.
Please,
Wo-Chien.
I need to use shiny Wo-Chien at Worlds, which means I need all of you to do this Wo-Chien raid like a million times right now, please.
I think the one thing we don't super actually know is when the release of the shiny will happen. Is it going to happen like a couple months down the line? Is it going to happen as soon as you complete it? Is it going to happen at the end of its period? I don't know, but like regardless, Wo-Chien is like the only one that you're going to really be able to get before the World Championships, unless it lets you get the shiny as soon as a million is achieved. And it's sad because like genuinely, Chen Pao, Ting Lu, and Chi Yu have all gotten like top 4s in tournaments in this format. Like they're all doing well. They've I think across Scarlet and Violet, we've seen like a little bit of a fluctuation among these, mainly just like Ting Lu being viable or not. Chi Yu and Chen Pao are kind of consistently pretty strong, but right now these 3 are all really good, and they decide to release Wo-Chien first right before Worlds. Like the rest aren't even going to happen in time for Worlds, but don't worry, Scarlet and Violet isn't actually going anywhere, so we'll get to that later.
I think you're sleeping on Wo-Chien, man. I saw Wo-Chien at Portland Regionals. It looked pretty cool.
You are reminding me. I wanted to go to Cut Explorer and find the best Wo-Chien from NAIC. One earned points.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to check NAIC 24, not 25. That's the
wrong term. And what a base team. What a cool team to do it with.
Scarf, Power Herb, Terra Fire.
Wo-Chien isn't even the best ruin on this team. That's a tough look.
Double Ruination. Let's go. That's the thing, Nash. We don't know the answer to that, if it's as soon as it completes or if it's at the end of the period.
We know when you can contribute to your 1,000,000 battles.
Yeah, which is like right now. Get to it.
Yeah. Mash that A button. Click Heatwave.
I did like, I don't know why I hadn't heard this one before. It's definitely not a Chuppa original, but I did see Chuppa tweet, like, Chen Pu is going to be legal for Worlds, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Which, they are saving the best for last. Shiny Chi Yu is so sick looking, but they're going to make us wait till September to get that one. Has set IVs. Oh, honestly, I have not cared about foul play damage for the longest time. Like, especially on like a Chi Yu, which already resists foul play. Like, I will run a dripped out Chi Yu that's not optimal just because, like, who cares? Am I gonna hit myself in confusion and take 3 more HP? Probably not. I only play like, 14 rounds at best. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
If my opponent is confusing my Mon, then that's just good for my equity in the game state. Like, let him do it.
Yeah.
Like
for Terragos, that's fair. Sure. I don't really care.
You know what? Shiny Chi Yu does look really nice. I just ran the damage calc, and I don't know.
Calc
that's
right
a lot of hit points.
Foul play damage later on Shiny Chi Yu with 20 IV.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it for it.
How funny. Okay. So yeah, that's honestly like a very smaller. It's a smaller piece of news compared to everything else that we're going to be talking about. And let's get right into Champions, because Champions is the most exciting one, I think, for me personally as a VGC player. At least, I wanted to know what it was, because and I'm gonna shout out Burns here. Maybe the reverse shout out, whatever. He's been hyping us up so much. He's like, dude, this game's dropping early. This game's dropping early. You guys don't realize, like, it's coming out. And I was like, all right, I completely bought in. and I was like, it's shadow dropping today. Do I have a fan? I don't know if I do have a fan, but I'll check if I have any kind of noise. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, is it shadow dropping today? And no, it is arriving in 2026. I guess it's right there on the screen. Perfect. So, not even going to be like shadow dropping at Worlds, not even like October, even like holiday. Is it even coming out for Toronto?
I think it's pretty clear that we are not going to have VGC on Champions this year, right? They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't switch in the middle of the year. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is something like Pocket, where actually I don't know if they've announced anything for Pocket next year, but like it wouldn't surprise me if they release it, early-ish spring, maybe late winter, early spring 2026. Let us do like some competitions on it, some work out all the bugs, and then after the World Championships, we can switch over to it in 2026, 2027 season, right? I think that's probably the timeline.
That could be the timeline. I wouldn't be surprised if we switched over mid-season though. They've done that sort of thing before, just with, like, for example, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Also came out really close to the release date it came out really close to the swap over time. And we notably had some bugs, the wide guard thing mainly, that had to get patched, but was patched in time. But that's an example of game come out and then like we play on it pretty quickly afterward. Or Sun and Moon, same deal. Just basically the games when they were doing the winter release, we did have the fall in the old game, so I wouldn't be shocked to see it again.
Yeah, I was super excited for this one. At the same time, as soon as I saw that 2026, I felt like I completely locked in for Worlds. I was waiting for this like distraction to come and be like, all right, Champions is coming a little bit earlier than you thought. You ready to start playing not Scarlet and Violet VGC? But no, it's like you've got a lot more Scarlet and Violet. Get ready. And so let's talk about some of the stuff that they did talk about in the trailer and the announcements. And I think that really the main star of the show is the the currency, I guess, and the EV training. That's mainly what we learned from this trailer. So it's they talked about it before, but they kind of like further confirmed that you can bring Pokemon from outside the game, but you can also recruit Pokemon from within the game. It seems like it costs a set amount of currency. I'm gonna go ahead and jump down to the bottom here for this last note, just so that people know. But there's these things called victory points, and it says that you cannot purchase them directly. So keep battling and gaining VP to power up your team even more. So it seems like this is probably going to be a paid game, not like a free-to-play with in-game transactions. There might still be like transactions for cosmetics. Who knows? We don't really know the answers to a lot of these things, but this being there is, I don't know, it's kind of a comforting thing. It really depends on how quickly we can earn the currency, though. It just means that, at least it's not pay to win, but I hope that it's not slow, Adi, you're making a face, and I want to know what you're thinking.
Yeah, Alex, have you played a lot of gacha games before?
No!
Okay. So neither have I, honestly. The only one that I've really played is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and I can tell you how they will get around this if they do anything like Master Duel, which is that in Master Duel, you open packs with gems, and then you decraft your cards to get dust, and then you spend the dust to craft cards that you actually want. And so they can, if they want to monetize this like your average gacha game, they can do it even with this caveat, which is to say that maybe you can't purchase VP, but maybe you can purchase something that gives you access to a different currency in the game that then you can use to open packs or whatever. Because what we don't know right now is really how to encounter these Pokemon. We know VP is used to train the Pokemon, and we know there's something about recruitment, which I know you have on screen. But it doesn't say anything about how to recruit Pokemon and what currency.
It's a weird list. I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's a weird list because this is not Dex order. This is not sorted by some type of filter that you would expect. It looks like just a random collection of Pokemon that you're choosing to recruit one. Like, how did you end up with that? Did you open up a pack?
You get to unlock months, and then they're on your team, and then you can change their EVs however you want.
Maybe.
No, because it looks like you have to pay VP to change their EVs.
Yeah, you have to invest points to level up their stats. But sure, like you can put all your points in attack or special attack is what I meant. But you can do it however you want. You can customize them as you would EV train a Pokemon. For what it's worth, I'm not very I'm more optimistic than you guys about the EV system being a money grab. I think that generally, I think that the Pokemon franchise just like the core like Game Freak Pokemon franchise has not leaned into microtransactions before at all. So I kind of don't expect them to. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they did start, but I would be a little bit surprised. And the second fact is that they they're like somewhat competing with Showdown. They could C&D it, but I think that would just cause like a huge community backlash, and probably for other reasons they've chosen to not do that, and other channels.
It would have happened already, right?
Yeah, it would have happened already. Like, so they seem to be content with it, and so yeah, like I just kind of expect them to. I expect the system to be pretty chill, which
right.
I guess is optimistic. But yeah, I don't think that they're in the market of squeezing every penny, like because it's not a freemium game. I expect it's going to be a paid game, right? And paid games.
We don't know for sure. We don't know for sure.
Sure. Okay. We don't know for sure.
Right.
Yeah. If it's freemium, then I'd start getting a little more leery. But if they charge you a one-time fee to get in the door, then I expect the system to be pretty.
I've been saying this forever, but if they could give me official Pokemon Showdown for, a one-time payment would be amazing. But even like a subscription, I would be pretty chill with. If it's like a yearly subscription for the cost of a game, I would pay that just to have access to actual Pokemon Showdown made by the Pokemon Company. But there are a lot of things that I'm sure we'll get to talking about a bit more when it actually releases. Like, first off, like, this is never going to beat Pokemon Showdown when it comes to ease of making your team and the quickness of battles. You know, like you're probably not gonna be able to skip animations and everything like that. So probably not gonna complete Pokemon Showdown out of a job. You know, but I do think we should talk about what I have on screen here really quick, which is the actual EV changes. And so, yeah, it is like they kind of simplified it. They, you know, instead of it being like, oh, okay, I'm EVing 156 EVs into my attack, it's instead whatever that actually is points wise. You're doing
divide by
yeah, -4 divided by 8, right? You'd have to figure out the
Yep.
Are they still called EVs? That's a good question. I don't know if they are giving them a different
stat points.
stat
you
points.
Just can adjust stat points.
It does say stat alignment, stat points. Yeah, it's stat points. That's what they're calling them, it seems.
Yeah.
Which is what they are, right? It just you don't have to divide by 8 anymore.
Adjustable.
Yes. Yeah. I guess they're not effort values then. People will still call them EVs for a long time, me included. And by the way, I thought this was kind of funny, but I don't know if you guys are in the same camp as me. You know, like 10 plus years of playing VGC for me personally, I've never once bothered to count up how many points you get from EVs. It's just never been like a number I've thought about. But like, you know, there's this 66 on the screen that's very important, and I was just like, I've never actually bothered to count how many points you get from stats. Of course, nature influences things, so it's like you don't get just 66 stats. You get like a little more than that, right? And then there's IVs that factor in. It's kind of funny.
I have bothered to calculate it, and the reason is because when I explain competitive Pokemon to people, and they want an in-depth explanation, you have to explain that you can allocate 65 points across how many stats you want.
65?
That's like very important.
What do you mean 65?
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing it up. Please explain it. Because what's the deal?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the way that level 50 works is you get 4 EVs for the first point, and then 8 EVs for every point after that. If you watch top takes, you probably already know this. Most people who watch this kind of already play
I'm talking about the
Pokemon.
66. I'm talking about the 66.
Oh, right. So that adds up to 65 points that you can allocate kind of however you want normally. However, in this case, we have 66, which is a little strange. And I don't know why they did it, but now we have essentially like 4 extra EVs.
No, the 444 is canon. Like if you go 32, 31, 444, that is 66 points. Except now you can put the 4s in the other stats. You can just put them all in your third stat of investment. 252, 252, 12 is the new standard. This is power creep in action, guys.
So true. I guess it's no longer more efficient to go 244, 252, 444, right? Or 4412.
You that's just funny. Most of the time, the 4s have been just leveled up to full value.
So let me ask you this: what is the Pokemon that benefits the most from having an additional point? Which one really wanted an extra point? Because I've got an idea for my answer.
I don't actually know. Is it like a mixed attacker? I don't know.
Where are you going with this, Adi?
So I mean, no, I'm genuinely curious. I just think it's a funny thought experiment. But for me, surely we've all like EV trained Pokemon, and we're like, man, like I am just 1 point short of doing all sorts of cool things. And for me, it was Eternatus when I was trying to get that to work in Reg G, in Best of 1. Oh my god, that guy needs every single point it can get, and it needs like 1 to 3 additional points to get the defensive calcs, like little Glacial Lands, the offensive calcs to KO things with like Meteor Beam and Terrifier Flamethrower, I think it was. And also needs to run like max speed Modest to hit the speed tier it wants to hit. And it was like, wow, I just need every single point. I need like 2 more points. So maybe Eternatus is the Pokemon that benefits the most.
It's still gonna barely miss those kills because everything else is getting like 0.5% more. You're still missing your kills.
You're right.
So it looks like you do use the currency to adjust these EVs, and The amount I thought was shown somewhere, it looks like nature's cost maybe 200, and I'm sure it's all going to add up. Like, they had 5,000 when they started this. I don't know. Like, it doesn't really show how much they finished, but go ahead.
Well, on the bottom right, it shows you how much things cost.
Oh, there it
is,
is. 764.
Which is really nice. Yeah, and so EV trading a Pokemon is super cheap. It takes 64 VP to put 32 stats in, which is so funny because it just means we have another thing that we have to multiply now to get the number of EVs you're investing. But anyways, it looks like it's super cheap to EV train. It looks like changing natures is a little more expensive. 200 seems quite like a lot. Changing moves is a little pricey, and the changing abilities is quite pricey. Right. So EV trading, thankfully, making small adjustments to your EVs seems like you could do it with probably free to play. Whereas if you're going to make a lot of changes to, if you're going to be using ability patches and stuff like that, it might be a little more of a pain, which I think is great because it does mean that when you're team building and you're making these small adjustments to your team as you go, most of the time it's slight EV change adjustments. It's like move change adjustments. Sometimes it's natures. It is a little annoying that it's expected to cost nature when in my head, it's kind of an extension of the EV spread. But like you're not changing abilities that often, so it's kind of okay. That's the most expensive thing for me.
It is funny also that they cut out the other neutral natures for fun. I mean, like they were always just flavor, but now they're just literally gone, literally nuked. You can no longer be quirky or what else is there?
Bashful.
Serious? No, we have serious.
Serious is still there. Serious is still there.
What's the last one? There's 4 of them, right?
There's 5 of them.
5. All those gaps are here.
Bashful, serious.
Okay, so also, Nash, thank you for bringing us back on topic, though. IVs is a hot topic right now because they weren't shown at all, and it's a big question mark of, like, are IVs still going to be part of the game? We were just talking about this with the Chi-Yu. It's going to be locked at 20. Are all of the Pokemon going to be locked at, like, 31? Are they trying to remove IVs, or are they going to be there and they're just in a different menu that they didn't show yet? I don't know. Me personally, like, go ahead, Adi. What were you gonna say?
No. You personally, you have an opinion. Go for your opinion.
Yeah, I'll give mine first here then. Basically, I do not want EV or IVs to go anywhere. I really do think that they're like important. Like a lot of the times, if you're running a Incineroar, and you're not really doing anything special with it, you're gonna just have max IVs and everything. You're probably not using that special attack IV in most cases, but whatever, it's there. However, I think it's really cool to be able to say, all right, everybody's running their Incineroar with either 0 speed or a lot of speed. They want to be faster. I want to make sure that unless they're going negative speed on their Incin, I want to be the slowest Incin, always. I want to run like negative, not negative, but less IVs than 31. So that I underspeed the opposing Incineroar. But I also don't want to go so slow that I'm, not faster than Calyrex Ice. That's just like an example of the current format, at least in my head, that you've seen a lot of people run like this, like 79 speed stat or less Incineroar. And we kind of lose that. Not only that, but like, let's say that I am a Calyrex Ice player, and I mean, I am, but I'm using Calyrex Ice, and I don't want to speed tie the other Calyrex Ice that are playing hard Trick Room. I'm just running a regular old Cali Ice. I would have to run speed EVs just to outspeed them when they usually run a negative thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess the natures will still impact things, but regardless, it just, like, definitely removes some depth when it comes to, like, purposefully dropping your speed. Some of the faster Pokemon that are running Trick Room will no longer be able to do stuff like that, like Lunala, if they really want to. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Adi?
My thoughts. I have the exact opposite opinion.
Good.
I know that we all have been playing competitive Pokemon for a long time. We are all very intricately familiar with the IV system. We all have access to all the resources to get our mons in game, or have friends who can help us get our mons in game. At this point, we've been playing so long that thinking about getting a 0 attack IV Fluttermane is not really something that we even think about. We just have that in our game because we've had it for the last 2 years. And we've been using it every single format for the last 2 years. Anyways, over 2 years now. But IVs are I think IVs are the first thing that had to go to make competitive Pokemon easily accessible. Because, one, they are confusing. They are, like, it is just additional points that are almost always 31. 99% of the time, you don't have to worry about it. But in some fringe scenarios that you maybe want to use them, you can use them. But really, if you're teaching someone who had never played competitive Pokemon before everything about competitive Pokemon, you could skip IVs and they would get almost everything. So it really doesn't need to be there, but everyone talks about it when they're explaining competitive Pokemon because you kind of need to know what they are. But you really don't need to know what they are. The only reason you need to know what they are is to actually get your Pokemon in game, where it is a huge pain in the butt. It is the single biggest barrier to entry to get to play competitive Pokemon, is to get zero attack, like that, to get like a perfect team is to get zero attack IV legendary Pokemon. Everything else at this point, everything else, if you want to get 31s on all your Pokemon, it's easy. If you want to just get a legendary Pokemon and bottle cap it, that's easy. EV trading, we have items for that. Like you have power items. It's so quick. Getting your moves, easy. Changing your Terra types, they've even made that a lot easier now with the DLC. It's just getting low IV Pokemon that is such a pain in the butt. It's the biggest pain in the butt in out of anything that you have to do to get a competitive Pokemon team. And so getting and all for what? All for what? For the 1% of the time where you want to run a 29 speed IV Incineroar, right? Or for the like hard trick room teams that want to minimize their speed IV because it's technically optimal, even though if nothing had a 0 IV, then kind of like everything essentially has a 0 IV, so it doesn't really matter if everything has a 31 IV. Right? It just doesn't, it has such a small impact on the game, and it is such a considerable workload that it adds to the game, both in teaching it as a barrier to entry, as well as a barrier to entry to actually get your team. Good riddance. It doesn't need to exist. If talking about hacking wouldn't potentially get you banned, I was thinking about making a video that said that the way to stop people from hacking Pokemon is by removing IVs, because that's the single biggest reason that people hack their Pokemon, in my opinion, is to like make it easier. Because that's the tough part about getting Pokemon. Everything else you can do is so quickly, right? So now they're getting rid of it. Like, why would you ever hack your Pokemon? It's free to play. It takes like it's super cheap. It's super quick. It doesn't matter, right? Like it solves the biggest problem that I think competitive Pokemon has. Good riddance to IVs. They don't need to exist, and I'm very glad they got rid of them.
I'm siding with Audie on this one. Sorry, Alex. I mean, I do appreciate the little extra smidge of depth and team building that IVs provide, but yeah, get it. It would be awesome if you could just go and catch them on, check its nature, and say, "Oh, okay, I can EV trade on spawn. Like, it's ready to go for the regional." Like, that'd be really, really solid. I think that's
yeah. The accessibility points can't be beat 100%. IVs are a little bit silly. Of course, this game is all a big question of like accessibility. How easy is it going to be to obtain things or not? As long as like if IVs were treated the same way as EVs, I'm sure that it wouldn't really be as big of an issue. We've never been able to reduce IVs or even remotely edit them, so that's like a big like that would be a big step if they did allow you to have that. Like once you've got like a 16 IV, you can't get a 10. You can get up to a 31. You can't get a 0. You know, you're just locked in on that number. And so yeah, in an ideal world, you'd be able to move them up and down quite like Pokemon Showdown. But you know, I don't know if Pokemon would even bother doing that. But yeah, I'm just gonna be a little bit sad when like Pokemon that are naturally fast can't underspeed something that they, you know, used to be able to because of the changes. But I don't think that like for every other stat besides speed, like I think it's just totally chill. Like it is kind of funny that like it would be just like a foul play buff like across the board. Foul play just always doing more damage, which I'm totally, you know, cool with. Fuck you, Shadow Rider. But also, Shadow Rider's not making it in the game. It's getting exited. It's not making it in the Champions. They're not letting it in the Champions game.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly the topic. What if all IVs are just 31? Like that's like 100% what we're talking about. Yes.
And it's what it looks like they're doing in the game as well.
I guess, yeah, like am I going to, was 17 attack IV stack attack super cool? Absolutely. Was it the single biggest pain in the ass to get in game out of maybe any Pokemon that's ever been viable since Gen 7? Also, yes. Right? Like, good riddance.
I forgot about that one. That's a funny one.
Oh, I mean, you want to talk about the hidden power IVs?
True.
Get your Zapdos for 2014. Yeah, no, the IVs have been the cause of a lot of strife in Pokemon in the past, and some of that's been resolved. But I mean, just finally removing that that barrier would be really nice.
Yeah. I think ultimately I would get used to it, of course. Like, it's just like it's not a hard change to wrap your head around. Like, just Pokemon have new minimums and stuff like that. But yeah, it is. It would still be a very interesting step. Definitely, probably a one that's better for accessibility to the game. I mean, not only in simplicity, but also in um, obtaining the Pokemon. What's your new thought, Audie?
Hardy nature. We missed hardy nature. How can we? That was my thought.
Of course. Yeah. So
Alex and I were brainstorming stream title ideas for a little bit, and we were like, we should do alliteration. And I maybe spent 15 minutes after we figured out a title thinking of different alliterative titles. That's just how my brain works. I just get stuck on something.
We also missed docile.
Docile. Okay.
Quirky?
Yeah, I got quirky. Okay, cool. So yeah, they've got. Oh, okay, here's another change that almost slipped by us. Okay, so I was about to say they've got ranked, which is like whatever expected, casual, and private. Good that we have access to all those, of course, because well, I mean, I don't give a shit about casual, but it's nice that it's there. But like private, good for tournaments and stuff like that. However, let's talk about this screenshot right here, showing both of these screenshots right here. Percentages. That's crazy. Again, I mean, let's. I'll throw it over to Nick first for this one. Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Nick, about the percentages being displayed?
I think it's fine. I mean, percentages versus 48ths doesn't really change much. Like, it's a little bit more of a fine. Like, it's a little bit more information you have about how much HP your opponent has. It's still not an exact amount, which is for the best. As long as your HP stats over 100, you're not going to be able to extrapolate any information about their EV spread from it. That's kind of a thing that you can. It's definitely a thing you can do in Little Cup, but like at level 50, it's a non-issue. But yeah, it's just a good change. I don't mind it. I don't think it's necessary. It like Pokemon just generally uses like numbers that are divisible by 2 and 3 as like their main, not exclusively but most of the time. So 100s being used is a little bit off, but I don't mind it. It's fine. It's whatever. It's just numbers.
Audie, what do you think of it?
I agree. It does have like talking about the implications of this is more interesting than talking about how we feel about it. I think because like I don't think it really changes very much. But it does change the small things, right? Like if you when for example, if I see how much damage one of my attacks does to your Pokemon, oftentimes I'll write it down in my notebook. Just to like have an idea of what the damage roll looks like. And I'm guessing, right? I'm saying, yeah, it's doing about 35%. So I know that if you're about 35%, I can take a knockout, but obviously that's not very specific. Now we do have damage rolls. So that was never been very specific. You can be off by a couple percentage points and you can still be correct in terms of a number that the damage might do. Now you can be more specific about that, but you're still going to get screwed over by damage rolls if you rely on that too much. I think big difference. First off, someone mentioned Nightshade in chat, which is very funny. That one does happen. But yeah, like I think someone mentioned in chat, like life orb damage, knowing if your opponent's at 9% or 11% HP is going to be a big deal for us in some situations. Sandstorm damage, leech seed damage, things like that. Knowing exactly what percentage your opponent is at is actually like not. It is something that is valuable in very specific situations in the game. And so that is the big thing for me that you will notice when you're playing with exact percentages. And I don't know if there's anything else that really, really matters.
I think it was genuinely like a bit of a skill that was like cool to be able to like, work on and be able to like estimate things like this. If it goes, I'm not gonna like cry about it, but I don't know. I've like this is a very silly example, but I haven't played much recently, but I played a lot of Apex, the Apex Legends, the shooter, and like for a long time you would just like shoot them until they got downed or whatever, until you basically like killed them, and then at some point they basically introduced health bars, like you could see exactly how much health they had, and it was very much like a bummer when they added that because it just made the game a little bit more like easy to know exactly when you're going to do enough damage to get rid of the guy or whatever, to kill the guy. And so kind of similar like here, like I think there's some pretty like crazy moments where like, you know, somebody, you know, doesn't know that they're gonna get KO'd to Life Orb or not. Like you're like you have to make that call. You have to like look at it and really like judge it. But I mean, is that really the same skill that we use to like decide what is the right play? Not really. A lot of it's just like a looking at a bar and making an estimate. So if it's a skill that gets eliminated, I'm not gonna cry about it. But it was like at least somewhat of a neat skill to have to be able to use. But yeah, definitely a strange change to see that. Also, I think, let me see here, might not be shown in this. Maybe it was only in the trailer. But I think that they did better jobs with the move text. I think I saw somewhere that Psychic is listed as doing like having a 10% chance to drop special defense instead of it just saying the general like Psychic has a chance to drop the opponent's special defense, and then you have to go to like a you know, a different website that'll tell you the actual number, whether it's Cerebi Showdown or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool that they listed that. And then also, this is a very minor flavor change. Who actually cares? But yeah, Moonblast says it's extremely effective now. Whoa, that's a little too much zoom. Instead of just like super effective as well. Like, I don't know. Sure. Cool.
Yep. New terminology.
New terminology. It's kind of like the same as like, you know, there's technically different, like when you get a +2 boost, it says you like sharply rose a stat, but then like if you get like a +3, drastically, like crazy. Wow, game changing. And then
I kind of don't know why they don't just say the numbers outright, like 4x super effective, 2x super effective. But I don't know. That might be they're already starting to do the numbers, and so it is what it is. I don't really care for that either way, but I do think that the expanding on what your moves, like what the probabilities are, is really nice because yeah, like you said, there's a big difference between, you know, something have a 30% chance of having a secondary, like a 30% chance of a burner versus a 10% chance of a burn. And if you don't know what every single move does, it's kind of hard to play the game. It kind of is. And so it helps a lot with the accessibility part of the game.
Right.
And for everyone else, it like doesn't really make an impact.
Yep. Yep. That's definitely cool. I like that one.
Now there are a couple things that I wanted to look at and maybe investigate in these screenshots. Starting with the screenshots that you're currently on. Is it you're currently on? No, it's the permanent recruitment screenshot and the trial recruitment screenshot. So if you look at these, look at the very top of the thing, right? There's the 5,000 VP. Okay, that's fine. There's a box, and I assume that's like box 14 out of 30, right? That's normally what it is.
No. You usually fit 30 in a box, right?
You fit 30 in a box. So would that mean that you have only 30 slots in this game, or
God, no.
What do you think?
Well, no. Okay. One, they said you could transfer mons from home. I'm pretty sure.
They did,
but also like, yeah, that's like they're not going to limit you to 30 Pokemon. That just doesn't make sense.
Right. Unless they want to make you transfer them to home if you want to use them. Or if you are kind of expected to dismantle your Pokemon, sell your Pokemon in order to buy new Pokemon, which again is a way to
go back like 2 clicks on this video. I think it had out of 40. It's out of 40 in that shot.
It's out of 40.
Wait, that's whack.
Yeah,
it's just not consistent. Good catch.
Okay.
Well, that just means you can level up how much space you have.
Which makes sense. Probably what it is, right? Okay, yeah. Sure. So you can buy more space. That's the number that I'm less interested in because I do think that's just box space in some capacity. The number I am interested in is the number next to the 0 with the Pokeball. There's no indication what that is. It doesn't seem like it's used anywhere. It's only on the recruitment screen. And like I said earlier, if I had to speculate, I would speculate that like unlocking access to Pokemon might cost a different currency that maybe you can purchase. So that's my best guess at what that is. Or maybe Pokeballs, it's like a special event thing. Yeah, like Pokeballs or something like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think that third unknown currency is?
So I was looking at it, and this is why I opened up the video audio. As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, let me go see if when they put the Gardevoir on their team, that number goes up to 1, and it's just indicating how many Pokemon you've picked for your current squad. That was a theory I had. Also, somebody in the chat mentioned there are no items shown at all. It's weird that like this Gardevoir isn't holding one, but you can see right here at the top it says X for held items. It says right there X for held items. So, let's see. Gardevoir put on the team. Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. But also, there is just a weird infinity symbol next to Gardevoir's gender here. That's like not something I really paid attention to earlier. I don't know. Gardevoir also isn't listed as having a Terra type in the section here, but we know Terra's going to be in the game. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I really wonder what the infinity symbol is. That's also a good question.
It's just really random. What could an infinity symbol possibly mean? Anything on this one? This is just your team preview. Dude,
it probably means permanent recruitment, not a trial mod.
I like that. Okay. Oh, because they might have trial mods. Sure. Oh, they already have it. Something like that.
No, they don't trial mods.
Yeah. And that's makes sense because the trial recruitment period is 7 days, so maybe it'll tell you how long you have it for.
A very nothing fact is I keep getting distracted by this symbol in the top left. Does it mean that you could forfeit the game at any time? That's my guess.
That was one of the things I wanted to ask. What do you mean you have a leave symbol while you're playing the move animation? What does that mean? Does that mean you can forfeit in the middle of the move?
Right?
Yeah. Like that's a real thing. That does actually have like an impact on the game.
Do we think PP ups are gone? Let's see. Draco listed at 5 out of 5. That is pretty interesting.
Y'all are stealing all of my talking points before I even get to them. Yeah, no. There's nowhere on that screen where you can like improve your Pokemon where it seems like you have an option to increase your PP.
This definitely feels like it lines up with, like, we have not seen items much at all. We haven't seen IVs much at all. We have not seen PP much at all. There's definitely going to be a lot of elements that just weren't covered yet. They're probably just not elements that were interesting enough. The reason that this one was covered is because it's new and shiny, and it's actually something worth talking about. Those are ones that are like, they're going to be in there or not, maybe with the IV ones. I don't know.
My thoughts on this are run damage calcs on every mon and see if the tools make sense without items or not, or with items. I don't expect them to get rid of items. Items are they're a fundamental part of the game. So what this says is just they are they haven't shown us literally everything yet, and that's fine.
But no. Here's the argument against PP maxes. One, it is just another thing that you have to do to get your team ready. Everyone does it. There's no reason not to. It's just another thing that you have to add to the game. And if you're looking at things to remove from competitive Pokemon that are relatively meaningless and just add another barrier to entry, add another thing that you have to code into the game, that is kind of up there. Like low key, that is kind of up there. Like Pokemon Showdown doesn't even make you choose, right? You just automatically go up to max. And then also, if you did have to do it manually, surely they wouldn't make you use an item. They would make you use a VP like everything else. And it's not on the VP screen. There's a screen that shows you all the things you can upgrade in your Pokemon with VP, and it's not there.
You know what, Adi, you're spitting with that one with the fact that, like, when you're checking out of the VP store, everything that is said, here is everything in your cart, like, that was not one of the things in the cart. And, like, there would be no reason not to PP up your moves to the max if possible. What if they're just, like, hard changing like how competitive moves work, and like those 5 PP moves, you really do have 5. I would actually be open to trial running. Yes, I'd be open to trial running this concept because it does make these 5 PP moves a lot riskier to run. I don't know if it would feel really terrible, and like a lot of moves, there's so many moves in Pokemon that get completely unimpacted by this. Like you have like 32 fake outs or something like that. I don't know how many fake outs you have because the number has never once mattered.
A fake out is the minimum amount of you only have 5 fake outs in the system.
No, wait, what? What are you saying?
No, fake outs.
That's not true.
Fake out is not an 8 PP move.
I've been playing too much Run and Bun.
It's a 10 PP.
Yeah, I would believe that it's changed in Run and Bun. That's a different thing, though.
Oh, no. It just initially it was in Gen 3, I think it was lower PP. Okay. Or maybe it wasn't.
Yo, more Eternatus
buff. So true. This is a buff to pressure. Palkia stock's going up.
No, I'm just capping. No, it's
Nick doesn't know shit about shit. Okay, so
I don't know shit about shit.
PP is definitely a big question here. And then also I put on this one on screen. This is I'm just gonna get really carried away with something that is probably just a funny translation error, but or not error, but it says for expanding force when Psychic Terrain is active, this move's power is boosted by 50%, which is cool. We were talking about this, listing the exact percentages. I love that, and its range extends to all opponents. Triple battles are confirmed in the game, guys. They're coming as a later DLC. Just wait. It says that's all true. Opponents. It would have said both opponents if it was just the two. You know, I don't know. Stupid.
Multi battles. We're getting multi battles.
Yo, okay. Imagine.
I think we are more likely to get multi battles than triple battles. Personally,
I would believe you. I would agree with you there. Let's see. Stat alignment. Yeah, why are we changing the name of Natures? I guess Natures doesn't tell you exactly what they're doing, but like it's just been in the game so long. I don't know. But sure, stat alignment is technically a little more accurate.
Now, we say all this about removing IVs and removing PP maxes and stuff like that. I do wonder what happens if you transfer a Pokemon over that is PP max or that is that has a 0 IV in a stat, whether or not it's going to keep those stats or whether it's going to change in game. But I think it probably changes in game because all the Pokemon look like they are auto leveled to 50 as well, right? So they can change all the stats anyways.
Mm-hmm. And like it's going to be weird because like somebody's mentioning this in the chat. I'm kind of bouncing off their idea, but like the IVs of the Pokemon are going to be like retained in their data. It might just be like hidden away if like their IVs are truly gone in the game. But like if you transfer something out of champions after the fact, like is it just going to be permanent bottle capped in all stats, or is it going to just remember what those stats were and it's just like, you know, hidden in the data for the Pokemon? Like it's just kind of funky.
I think it probably remembers. I think it probably gives it because doesn't it Pokemon Go of something like that where it has weird IVs, but then if you transfer it, they get adjusted.
No, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, lots to say with champions, and like I feel like there wasn't even like that much in the trailer. Like I still kind of walked away from it like, we didn't learn a ton, but like also when you just take a little peek at like some of these UI elements, there's a lot to dig into. So, definitely pretty crazy, and exciting, but of course so far away, so sad. So like this is like the one game that I can't really do my general rule for, which is like whenever there's like a new game or movie that's like on the horizon, I do my best to not figure out what date it's coming out, but to just forget about it, so that when it actually does come around, it's just like, oh, this thing's coming out this week, awesome. Because otherwise you're just torturing yourself. And so let's hop over to ZA. Let's hop over to ZA, and then we'll round out by talking about the Smogon tournament, of course. But ZA, I think it's going to be relatively quick because there's not actually that much news in this one. They basically, well, let's just get right to it. Mega Dragonite is here, looking cool. I'm a big fan of it. In fact, I got to do like a crazy face because Adi wanted one for the thumbnail. Stupid. No.
Oh god, now I'm gonna go into the video, take a screenshot of this time.
What do you want me to like? Do you want me to like take a picture and send it to you? I can do that. Whatever.
Just take a selfie, man.
All right, I'll do it right now.
No. Thing is, I can't even see you do this because I don't have stream.
Wait,
oh, that's true. You don't have
this. You have to get your Dragonite wings. Get your Dragonite wings on your head.
I have the Dragonite plush back there. So yeah, the new Dragonites here. I like it. I like how it looks. Because that's all we can really talk about. We don't have stats or anything like that. We only have two things: one, what it looks like, and two, the concept of Dragonite getting 100 added to its BST, which is pretty crazy. So I guess I'll throw it over to you, Adi. What are your thoughts?
It's ugly, man. What do you mean it looks good? This is such an ugly looking Pokemon. Dragonite was such a cool looking Pokemon, and I think they kind of ruined it. I mean, the tail doesn't look good. The wings on its head are just like misplaced. Like, did it have 4 wings? Is it 6 wings? Is it a bug? Like, it's got like, I don't know. What is it doing?
I can't agree with this guy.
I'm fine with the Hermes wings on his tails. The or on his feet rather, not on his tails. The little baby wings on his back are funky. The wings on the head, what the head
I
do?
love
Like, I
it.
mean,
I love
Thank
it.
you.
it's this little antenna that he's got normally, or his hair, or whatever it is. But and also that I don't know what's going on with that tail. That tail is
It's supposed to be
it's
kind
not
of like
right.
Dragonair, but also I'm not trying to say that the design is a
It's
straight
like
upgrade from
Aircross.
Dragonite. I think a Dragonite's a pretty excellently designed Pokemon as it is. It's a cool guy,
It's
but
art design. Yeah.
but yeah, that's a good point, Nash. We could see it being a downgrade. I was talking about this maybe before we got on the call, but like Dragonite already has like some very good abilities in Inner Focus and Multiscale, and while it can choose to Mega Evolve at the right time to lose those abilities, I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll have one of those abilities as the Mega form. We don't know anything yet. Everyone's saying Aerolate, but that's not really like anything confirmed. They're just looking at wings and saying that it's going to be doing flying moves, but that said, it has two very good abilities, and if it doesn't have like a really solid ability as the next one, then it's as the one it gets when it Mega Evolves, it's going to be a tough sell. But 100 stats on Dragonite's already high, strong BST, really, it does sound very powerful.
It's not as powerful as it is for mons with lower base stats.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Mega Metagross is pretty good.
Yeah, but like that's because Metagross is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that
And
making the good mons
also
gooder.
because Mega Metagross has really well distributed BSD. Like they just dumped it all into speed. Like that's what you want. You want speed and
Yeah.
then like I mean you want HP, but they don't give you HP. So yeah, just basically you don't want to waste any of the 100 points. Which
And the
Metagross
big thing
kinda
with
does.
Megas is like, it doesn't get an item anymore because it's holding the Mega Stone. So if it's not really doing a ton of damage, like that's gonna be a bit of a tough sell because like Choice Band Dragonite that we're currently using, things gonna be a little bit different in when we actually get to play with this Pokemon. We'll have to see, but yeah, it's just like it doesn't get an item, so that's like already a bit of a setback. That the 100 stats are coming at a cost. It'll have to be really worth it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, a lot of last Megas had an ability that was basically just an item on top. Metagross has Tough Claws, Salamence is Aerolate, Gardevoir is Pixelate. Like,
they're all just life orb.
it's not
Yeah.
100% those guys. Kangaskhan is Frontal Bond, which is funky. Like, yeah, basically all of the top tier Megas had just power boost ability. So Dragonite has one of those. Yeah, sure.
Right.
If it doesn't, then we'll see how it goes. The mold breaker ability guys did not get off. They've not aged well.
Mega Ampharos. No.
Poor guy.
Yeah, so other than that though, I don't think we actually got a lot of like super juicy info from ZA, and like I'm somebody that's very excited for it. I guess it's the Switch 2 edition of it. Maybe it looked much more graphically impressive, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not really somebody that notices these things. I'm not very good at noticing these things. The clothes looked cool. They had new fits shown off in there, and then there was one other thing I thought. Oh yeah, Megas are in the wild. That's just like a gameplay thing. It's basically the same as Alpha Pokemon from Legends ZA, so not even that brand new of a concept.
If you don't have a Switch 2, there is now also a Switch 2 ZA bundle as well that you can pre-order, and
Right.
so you can pick that up and get a slight discount on Pokemon ZA if you've been waiting for something, you didn't want to play Mario Kart. That's a consideration. I am trying to find the if there's any like bonus stuff that you get for purchasing Pokemon ZA, because I love the other Legends Arceus game. The Legends games are like some of my favorite.
It was fun.
And
It was
so
very fun.
They did a really good job of it. Yeah, I am
they
really excited as well. Yeah.
They did a really good job of it, and I think that like Pokemon is such a vibrant franchise. There's so much going on with it. There's so much cool stuff you could do with all these like creatures. And for a long time, the video games were just very formulaic. And obviously for VGC purposes, that's not bad. But for once they started experimenting, I think Pokemon immediately got more popular. Like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee was super super popular, right? And that's a very that's not derivative of the traditional formula at all. They put a lot of new things in there. Obviously, like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Unite, all that stuff is like very different. But Legends was maybe the most fun I've had playing a Pokemon game ever, and at least since I was a little kid. And I think that the reason for that is that there's no wild encounters. Like if you encounter a wild Pokemon, it's a skill issue. And I hate wild encounters. That's my least favorite thing about playing the game. And so I'm very happy that they've removed those. I'm very excited to see how they experiment with it again. Because it seems like this is very different than the formula for Pokemon ZA for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Excuse me. It's a very different formula, so they're experimenting with it once again. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what they do with it. I can't guarantee it'll be a hit because it's experimental, but it's cool that they are willing to try new things and really push the limits of this franchise that we love.
Yep. I cannot say.
Also, sorry, with the pre-order stuff, apparently if you live in the UK, you can get some cool stuff, but if you live in the US, you can't. So you just get in-game content. So that sucks. Anyways, sorry. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say that for Legends Arceus, I wasn't even that big a fan of like the new battle change. I liked that they tried something, but like it didn't super land to me. This one I'm also very skeptical of. Like I'm ready to enjoy it. I'm going to try to enjoy it, but like playing Pokemon battles in a 3D element as somebody who's only ever played these as like menu games is going to be a bit of an adjustment. But I'm here for it. It seems interesting. It's something that like if you told me like 10 years ago, I would have been like popping off about because everyone was like, dude, Pokemon battles in 3D would be so cool. Like there was like all kinds of like fan games, like people were trying to make stuff like that. Right.
Pokemon was kind of cool. I didn't really play it much, but it looked cool.
Right.
But,
this will definitely be.
But apparently it wasn't popular enough to still be with us. Rest in peace.
But yeah, that's true. Ain't that the truth? So yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know. I mean, at this point, we'll have to see what more we learn. Go ahead. One last thing about it.
One thing they did mention in the trailer is there's like at night you can battle other trainers and you can get like a rating from rank. You can go up in ranks or something like that. I think it was rank Z to A. Yeah. Which does mean that it seems like unlike Legends Arceus, where there was not a focus on battling at all, this game is going to have the like a little more focus on battling. And like you said, it's going to be different than normal battling. But at the very least, there will be some battles going on. I'm very curious if there's going to be PvP battles available in this game, because that is something that now with actual battles we might have. Not to say VGC is going to be played on this, obviously, but it would be cool if we had side events or something like that with in this format. What the metagame looks like for a little.
It's a big question for sure, because the Z to A battling thing, and the nighttime battles thing. This was announced in previous trailers. That's why I haven't really talked about it much. But PvP is still definitely a question mark. So, okay. So, I didn't talk about the Pokemon theme park because I don't know. I just don't really. Are you guys anybody here going to Japan anytime soon? I don't know.
Where is it?
I'm on my way back if there's a Pokemon tournament to play there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will be staying stateside or
it's somewhere in Japan, Adi.
Okay. I mean, I'd go if I was in Japan, and I do intend to go to Japan, back to Japan at some point in the future, but not in the short-term future, at least. So.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the Smogon tournament. It's funny that it lists itself as 672 players. I think there was like a spreadsheet with like everything, and there might have been as many as like 2,000, but like I don't know. Maybe it was including no-shows for sure. Like there was so many no-shows and stuff because it was a free tournament that you didn't really have to, even show up for. I know a lot of people that just like registered just to see if they, wanted to play in it and they didn't. But 672, that's still very big. Go ahead, Adi.
Or you could be me and do the opposite and be like, yeah, am I playing? Am I not? Set an alarm for 8:30 when it starts at 9 and then find out that registration ends an hour before the tournament starts, so I couldn't sign up.
Yeah. Dude, I was very much wanting to play. I signed up in time, and then I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and the tournament was at 6 a.m. So I was like, this isn't happening. I'm not even gonna bother setting an alarm. I thought about setting an alarm just to like wake up, see how I felt, and go back to bed, kind of like your situation. I didn't. Woke up naturally at 5:55, and I checked the clock, and I was like, I could if I really wanted to. And I'm like, I would be miserable. I'm not doing this. Going back to bed. But anyways, go ahead, Nick.
I did not participate in it because I had a Pokemon TCG Pocket Team Wars set.
Right.
That started an hour after the start of this tournament, and I have to talk about something. Carson's on our team for this, for the Team Wars, and he was clearly not at the match that started at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
right. Where was he?
That,
Where could he have been? What was he doing? It's a big mystery.
It's hard to say. Like, he just didn't show up that week.
Right. So yeah, I guess we talked about the prizing last week, but yeah, I think that there was like a prize pool put together by some of the tournament organizers, as well as you were playing for the unique PS avatar and stuff, and a Smogon banner, whatever. I think the tournament did encounter some issues. I'm not gonna like flame for the sake of flaming, but I think they ran it on the forums, and I'm gonna say like just you don't need to run it internal on your own website if there are better websites for doing this. I know that Smogon has their own Limitless account, so like just run it on Limitless next time. It'll go a lot smoother. I don't know why they why they did this.
Yeah.
Smogon doesn't do a lot of live tournaments, and I think the forums are fine for your like week by week DM your opponent and schedule something type approach. That's sure, we can do that. But
so they do a decent amount of live tournaments. The Smogon Tour, and it's like mid 30th season, and that's a tournament every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the past 3 generations of OU. That one's a long-running tournament. They have a lot of experience hosting them. Like, I think there's 2 seasons of it a year, something like that. Okay, they're currently on season 37, or they.
Dang. Okay, so I don't know shit about shit. What I will say though is that they encountered some issues running through Swiss, some serious delays, and I was thinking about playing in this one. I had plans at 2 p.m. and I was in the car driving to these, watching the last rounds of Swiss on my phone on Twitch while this tournament was not still done. Like the only reason I was going to enter this is because it was run on Showdown. It was supposed to be terribly quick. It was supposed to be like almost half the time. I know that half the time is getting a little bit greedy. I mean, Showdown is very fast, but there's still a lot of like logistical things like putting out the pairings, handling disputes, and whatever. But that said, like this was supposed to be so much faster, and like I mean, I would love to be able to play on more Showdown tournaments and stuff like that, but like they have to be beating out the cost of playing the Switch tournaments. You know, that's the time sink that is these Switch tournaments, and if it's not really doing that, then that's one of the major benefits of playing these gone immediately. So sorry to say, like I'm still very grateful that they put it on, but yeah, just like I don't know, I if they do it again in the future, would love to see it hosted on a website that's just like a little more equipped for it. But okay. Now, with that said, a lot of good names played in this tournament and made it all the way to the top. Carson actually had a crazy run through the bracket. Maybe the bracket's listed here. But I thought it was nuts to see Carson beat Marco into Fede, into Francisco Pio-Perot. Very strong set of players. And that wasn't even the finals. Then in the finals, ended up playing against Chromate here. And so, yeah, just a really crazy run here using a variant of his NAIC team, I do believe. I think that he just had Sneasler in the Annihilate slot, and then a lot of the rest is very close to the same, if not exactly the same. Like, I think the Ensign might have a different Terra and Flare Blitz over Parting or Taunt, but whatever. All the same flavor, just kind of using a team that he knew with a bit of a change, the Annihilate, and went the distance.
Yeah. Bravo to Carson.
Right. Very strong showing there, beating some very good competitors, so can't be easy. Beating the Kinagawa team in finals. This is the one that won Japan Nats, as well as Kinagawa got top 8 at NAIC with it. So definitely a known quantity in the current format. Yeah, then I think in terms of like other notable teams, I think Chichit here ended up using a very cool kind of like blend of like the team that Nails here and Gavin used at NAIC, mixed with the version that Shiliang ran. Maybe not. I get like it's just a Smeargle.
You know, Shiliang and Gomez ran the same comp. I think Gomez had the best result, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it just has a Smeargle on Kelly Ice Kyogre.
Yeah, on White Whale.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely doing things a little bit differently. Smeargle and Rillaboom, kind of the Among Us divided into two things. Smeargle can do the redirection and sporing. Rillaboom can be the grass type that resists the things that you need a grass type to resist. But yeah, I think this team, it was a slight variation on it, but still doing a lot of the same stuff. Just showing that you can still like try out different um, versions of teams that are already kind of proven if you want to like sway your matchups one way or another. Like maybe the format's not completely locked down in such a way that there's no more innovations, but this is not crazy, but it's still cool. Let's see. Other teams of note. We know this one, although I think Among Us Incin is like slightly different. Actually, we don't know this one. It's usually Hands Grim or something like that, but now it's Among Us Incin. Crazy. Then let's see.
The Among Us is a little bit funky on that.
Yeah, maybe they have spinner. Yeah, they do have the spinner, so they can kind of like say Miraidon's gonna move first, and then maybe like it volt switches out, you spinner it away, and just say like my terrain. You don't get to have it. You don't get to use it. I'm in control here. Kind of funny that way. Let's see. D Knight here making an appearance. That's kind of fun. CBD Knight. Oh, I did forget to grab the Japan tour. That one's also worth talking about. We could probably fit that in after this. There was a Japanese grassroots tournament that was in person and had quite a lot of players, like 285, I think. So very solid. Some players from around the world. We'll get to that one after this, though. Let's see. Toller's team, a bit different. I've kind of been referring to this one. It's a similar vibe to what Agati was doing at NAIC, and I'm referring to it as a Ghost Rider, because that's the name we came up with, right, Adi? Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider Balance. So. Usually you'll see a much more aggressive version of these teams, and Life Orb Shadow Rider's still doing a lot of damage, as is a Clear Amulet Koraidon, but the rest of the team does a good job of keeping those Pokemon alive, I feel. And so that's kind of the idea here. Okay, let's see. More Koraidon action from Adam here. This one featured Smeargle and Specs Flutter. Notably, I saw Adam play on stream twice, and I don't think he intended this. He definitely messed himself up once, but he got off a Decorate onto his own Flutter, and then switched in Koraidon to speed himself up, and then got a special attack boost from the sun, because that's how photosynthesis works with boosts. You got to be careful of that one. I would love to have a 1.5 speed double special attack Flutter main, but you got to do it in a certain order. You got to make it happen a certain way. It was really goofy. Is Chromate an IRL player?
After you get the boosters energy. Come on, guys.
Good question. Is Chromate an IRL player? I was stalking their Smogon account while Alex was talking about teams we've seen before. And it looks like no. It looks like they've only played on Smogon tours. And then also they play like OPL, other metagames PL or something like that. And they are the tier leader of Partners in Crime. And I'm asking my resident Smogon enthusiast Nick if he knows anything about any of these things.
So, Partners in Crime is a doubles metagame that it's like an alternative metagame where you get to I don't remember exactly how it works. I know that it's 6v6 and you get to share moves that your partner Pokemon has. It's really funky, and I've seen a couple teams for it that look kind of cool, but I can't say that I've tried it out. Just I've seen a smattering of discussion in one of the Discords that I'm in. It's kind of cool. It's probably cool. I think that people would enjoy it if they tried it out, but I cannot give a stronger endorsement of that than that.
Bringing it back to VGC though, it is really cool.
Format,
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. That is cool. I was gonna say that it's really strong to be second place among this name of these list of names of players that are going to tournaments all around the world and doing really well in them. So props to them for making it all the way to runner up in this tournament. Because I was not familiar.
And of course, I have their time zone. I'm not gonna say it, but it's on the Smogon account, and so I'm surprised they don't go to tournaments when they do live in the United States. It seems like
right.
So maybe maybe this is what the inspiration and the cash infusion it takes to get them to start going to real tournaments maybe next year, right? I think a lot of newer players just need that one result where they're like, oh shit, now it's actually maybe worth my while to
100%.
go to regionals, spend the money it takes to go to regionals, the entry fee, the hotel cost, the flights, all that stuff. But once you get that one result online, a lot of times that's the inspiration you need to push that impulse over the edge.
Chromate did beat 2 Worlds finalists in Top Cut, taking
In the bracket.
dubs over Siri and Michael, their bestie. So,
yeah,
definitely. If you're looking for the inspiration to start,
finding out that it's actually just Wolf, yeah, amazing. Imagine.
I'm sorry. Do you see a cover Cloak Ludala on the team? Wait a second. There's a Ludala on this team. Is it?
I don't think Wolf has played any tournaments since NAIC, dude. He's definitely not been playing. Yeah, however, talking about alts, John Black Ops, we see you there. That's an account that's in like the top 20 on the Showdown ladder. John Black Ops doing very well, and I have a very good guess as to who it is, but maybe I won't spoil. I'll let people, draw their own conclusions, figure that one out. But yeah, John Black Ops, I feel like you're not as incognito as you might hope to be.
It could be
anyways.
anybody, truly. Their account was created on Thursday. Thursday before the tournament. So yeah.
Got it.
And alting is against the rules on Smogon too, right? Like you get a permanent ban if you do that.
You do.
This one?
I mean, just you get a permanent ban on the alt account, like and they tend to punish the original account. You don't have both accounts banned, but yeah, you do get punished on your main account and have the alt banned. Alting is very discouraged on Smogon. There have been a lot of notorious cases that we do not have time to discuss at this time. We could be here all night and then all tomorrow.
So looking through here, seeing if there's any other standout interesting teams.
Yeah, the Karadon Kyogre team at 34.
Oh man,
I know we've seen that before. I think that was
sadly,
I think that did well on ladder too, but yeah. That was on the Battle Spot ladder. I think we saw this top 10 last month.
Jimmy, the timing was just bad. I had to go open the door. That was all that was happening. I wasn't walking away specifically because of what Nick was saying. Hitmontop with Ho-Oh and Crowdon. Let's see. Ursaluna Bro running Bundle and Blood Moon, and sorry, running Sneasler and Blood Moon. I don't know who that actually is. I don't really have any guesses as to who Ursaluna Bro might be, but they were using Sneasler and Blood Moon.
Wow.
And it says Bro.
They also joined on Wednesday.
Do we know anyone? Was it Carson? I think Carson did really well with Sneasler Blood Moon.
You're right. It must be Carson playing on 2 accounts. Get him banned. No. Let's see.
No, I feel like when you have a tour that's a free tour, online tour, it's hosted on Smogon, so it's, I don't want to say primarily not VGC players, but I'm sure there were a lot of players who do not really play VGC and saw a big free VGC tour and they wanted to try it out, which is great. It's really good for the game that people have the opportunity to try this out in these big tournaments that are free. I don't have as much interest in the people who went 6-4 or 6-5 at this tournament. I do think that top cutting this tournament is still a pretty big deal, right? Going 9-2 against good players is a big deal. But yeah, to me, making day 2 at this is less interesting than making day 2 at a regional. And making day 2 at a regional is also not the highest bar to clear. So
I will say, as an Ice Rider Maraudon player, I had not considered Heatran Virizion as a way to round it out. No, sorry. Heatran Iron Leaves. My bad.
Iron Leaves. Yeah.
You haven't considered either.
No, I did. That's true. I didn't consider Iron Leaves or Virizion.
But yeah, I think there is a spreadsheet that has OTSs for every single team. I think it was posted after day 1. I didn't look through it because it was every single team. But yeah, it is out there.
One team that had it was fully OU legal with OU sets. It had the leftovers Zamazenta instead of the rusted shield, and it had a Kieran Black with some item. I don't know.
There was a team down at the bottom that was just Gavin's OCIC team that he like won, like he won OCIC 23.
Stuff, yeah.
It was just like Palafin. I think, did he have Excalibur on that one? And maybe D-Knight as well. I don't know. It was just a Reg A or whatever, Reg B something team.
Yeah.
It was goofy. But yeah.
We did Nerd Now did post in chat with the with all the teams, by the way.
Okay. I was honestly like, I saw it that we had access to it, and I was kind of just like, I don't know if I care enough though. Like, I'm just kind of like,
yeah.
If they're not up here with their OTS on Victory Road, they probably didn't do well enough for me to care. There's like a couple, of course, and like, you know, Justin Tang right here at the edge, Strider, Marcus Dion also running the same thing. Probably some teams that you can look through here and take away some cool stuff from, but nothing that out there. Let me go ahead and grab the Japanese tour.
BOU Manor extraordinaire.
Yeah. Rat Packer. By the way, Rat Packer almost got in trouble because I believe he's Kunal's friend, and he was telling me about it. And I was like, he was telling me the team that he used, and okay, it looks like it got fixed. He submitted ESM's double bike team originally, and I was like, dude, your friend made day 2 with ESM's double bike team? That's crazy. And then he was like, no, he didn't. He's using this, and I was like, that's not what the spreadsheet says. Looks like he got it fixed, thankfully, because otherwise that could have gotten troublesome. Let me see here.
I didn't know that lore. That's fun.
Yeah. They were originally, they were like, the only team I've got is this double bike team. No, I didn't post it there. No. All right, gotta go over here. The Japan tour. So this Japanese tour was a grassroots tournament that I don't know if we talked about it in the lead up or not. Last episode last week, but anyways, Dango #1 fan. Wait, I saw you in the list of the results, Dango #1 fan. Is that your main? Honestly, for a long time I thought Dango #1 fan was somebody's alt account. I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. I'm sorry. But congrats on your finish if that's the case that you made it in there. Let me have a quick look. Dango #1 fan. Maybe you're listed to something else.
I didn't see it. I controlled F4, didn't see it.
But what about here? Dango #1. Oh no.
No, that's the one person using Goldengo.
Right. Okay. Sliced bread. Okay. Oh, you were the one with the grassy seed. This giraffe. This team was kind of cracking me up because I was like, dude, we don't want to run Miraidon, but we still want the giraffe. Give me that giraffe. I need that giraffe. Yeah, the team looks pretty solid. It's definitely a little bit different. So, different version of White Whale than other people are doing. So, congrats on your finish. Really cool team too. The water.
Yeah, no, you got the right moves.
That's well, not just the right moves, but the Terra too, dude.
Oh wait, okay, I didn't fully appreciate your game. I
yeah. No, you're probably a coward that runs Terra Grass.
Yeah, no,
Nick.
I am a coward. That's true.
You're not doing damage. Okay, so
no, I am posting this in the group chat.
Yeah, absolutely. So this Japanese tournament had this is the player count right here, 285 players. It was actually, I believe, all run in one day, and it might have been like 5 rounds of Swiss before the cut or something. I don't know. That's what the 5 was translating to when I looked at this image earlier. If anybody has better information than me, feel free to mention it. And there was actually a couple of Western players or non-Japanese players at this tournament. They did not get to the top 8, which is kind of funny. So they did a good job of defending. X and 1 got it. Joe was there, who I believe ended up X and 2 early. Their name is Kian Campbell was there, and Pokey Alex notably was also there. Pokey Alex, as far as I know, had a pretty solid run. I think made it to top 16 though, which is just short of making it onto this graphic. And was just using the team that won that Victory Road tournament, the Draining Kiss Clefairy, Draining Kiss Shadow Rider plus Clefairy team. But anyways, actually, you see a couple more instances of teams like that in Top Cut here. Elizabeth was using that with Calm Mind on the Shadow Rider. You see this fourth place team also basically using the same exact framework. Ultimately won, though, by this team, which maybe they posted a rental. Let me double check. I thought that they did. Yes, there it is. Assault Vest Chenpao ended up winning the whole thing. Assault Vest Chenpao with, I believe, Ruination Sucker Punch, Ice Shard, and Ice Spinner, probably. Probably Spinner on this one, but maybe Crash. And then other than that, everything else is kind of just like your normal guys, notably getting to run Sash on the Shadow Rider because Chenpao is not taking it.
I ran into this team on ladder and was very confused. I didn't realize this was the team that won this tournament, and it was out there.
Right. You were just like, they're cooking.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I should be able to read Ice Spinner, Pokemon Ranger Emerald. You're right. I don't know if I would know Ice Shard, but it looks like this. Well, one of these is Isu, and then that's Supina. Yeah, Supina. So that's Ice Spinner. What's up?
Triple Fire Move Chi is funny.
Yeah, Flamethrower, Overheat, and Heat Wave. No Snarl, I think. I think it was Dark Pulse as the last one. So, yeah, that was also a bit of a different... No, they have Overheat. They have Overheat and Heat Wave. They just dropped Snarl.
Yeah, I know, but like it's still cowardly.
Well, I would say it's not cowardly.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a very intentional thing. Like I guess Flamethrower is cowardly, but maybe they wanted... a repeatable single target fire move. That's the main reason to run it over Overheat.
I mean, that's the reason to do it. However,
I guess accuracy, sure.
Run Fire Blast if you're not a coward.
True. Good point.
Inosh Day 2 2022 Worlds with Fire Blast Chiyu. Don't ask how he did in Day 2, but he had it and got through Day 1.
I think I tried to look this up the other day. Maybe it was related to Tub Takes or not, but like, what do you guys think is like the best finish for Fire Blast in like the past season? Has anything been using Fire Blast? That move's just kind of dead. It's so funny.
It is so weak.
Like everything that gets Overheat would almost always rather run it. You're running Heat Wave for spread moves. You're running a lot of signature fire moves like Fiery Dance on Volcarona. I don't know. Eruption.
Yeah, I guess Fire Blast is slightly stronger DPS than Flamethrower. It's probably not used enough, but also people don't use Flamethrower. So, like,
some use Fire Blast Eternatus, sure, I believe it, but I don't know. I mean, we're talking about Eternatus here. Like, this is just like dog shit move on dog shit Pokemon. Like, congratulations. I don't know. I mean, you answered my question, so I appreciate that. But
do Pokemon actually use Flamethrower? Is my follow-up.
Oh,
yeah. There's some flamethrower.
Does that work? Is that the answer? I threw it into Lab Mouse to see if I'd get an answer, and my computer is lacking. But it says Juan Salerno got 5th at Sao Paulo with it, but I don't see a Pokemon that would use it, so I'm trying to pull up exactly what it would be.
No, I think I tried to do the same. No, Adi, you did the same thing I did. I think I encountered exactly this. I think it's just listing all teams, and that's why your computer took so long. It's just pulling up every team. It did not consider Fire Blast one of the criteria, because you did the exact same steps I did, but I was trying to find the answers. I went to Lab Mouse, typed in Fire Blast, and I think it just pulls up literally every team ever, or something like that.
That would explain it.
Well, I think Vieira's team also pretty cool, and this was streamed. On I think 2 different accounts, both the Liberty Note account as well as the Terra Run account. Liberty Note here linked on the screen. Terra Run also it's out there. I'm not gonna go track down the link right now, but you can go watch the VODs for this one. Alex also streamed his run of the tournament, and so you can catch that there. But yeah, lots of good sources for checking out some of the games that were played here. And Vieira was on stream a couple of different times and ended up like just kind of like smoking a lot of the Shadow Rider Zambas that he played with just Reg G mode. It was just like Flutter, Koraidon, Chi-Yu, and then like either Instant or Bolt, just benching the Ice Rider. I don't think I saw the Ice Rider come to a single game on stream, which was hilarious. It was just like going Reg G all over these Koraidon teams. But this is like day one of the format type stuff where Koraidons were making these teams ship bricks until they started running like Rain Dance Tornadus. But Rain Dance Tornadus is not to be seen right now. People aren't really doing that as often, and so the Sun stuff can get pretty scary if it finds itself in the right position. And notably, the Flutter was like no Icy Wind as well. It was Taunt, Stabs, and Protect. So a little bit different than your average one. But yeah, you don't see Ice Age teams like this very often in the format. So seeing one that did this well is credit to them for using a archetype that not as many people are looking into. And then as for the rest, it's just all the stuff that we've kind of seen, but further solidifying that these are the teams to watch out for. There's the Fede Campo team present twice here in top 8, the Draining Kiss Shadow Rider team, and then a couple instances of like the Kinagawa team, maybe some minor differences. It looks like it's Ensign versus Bolt, and but yeah, otherwise just the teams that we know and love about Regulation I, because who doesn't love Regulation I? Okay, yeah, there we go. So, with that though, if there's no other things to go ahead.
Did I find it? I did find it. Yes, there was someone who got top 8 at a regional in this year with Fire Blast on a Pokemon. I found it. Haha, I'm so happy.
Tell me where to go.
All right. It's Louisville Regionals. Someone got top 8, and you're gonna have to look at Louisville Regionals and guess who it was.
All right, Louisville
in Reg H.
Reg H. I guess Reg H would be the place to do it. Is it just Parker on his Torkoal? Like Torkoal would be one, I would guess it.
Click on it and find out.
Well, it's not Joe's. It's Parker.
No, it's going to be Joe. It's on his Typhlosion.
Nope. Not on Joe's Typhlosion.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Got owned. I don't... Is Carrie running it on the Volk?
Not on the Volk.
Wait, I left too quickly. No! The Dragapult! Specs Pulse.
So the Pulse.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right, the rental was out for this one. Thank you for linking it, Hard Freak. This again, a lot of not typical or non-typical, like very boring stuff here besides the very cool Chen Pao doing some weird stuff. But yeah, Adi got a little too distracted looking for this, and I was just like, all right, I guess we don't have anything else to say about the Japan Tour. We'll just move on. To be fair, there isn't that much more to say about it, and I think I covered most of the stuff we wanted to talk about. So,
okay, but imagine you had this team with Mega Dragonite. I was looking at Joe's team though, so whatever.
Right.
I'm trying my best out here, guys.
Kinagawa lost to Giratina Ho. Oh my god. I saw Kinagawa was commentating the tournament at a certain point. I thought maybe he was just there for commentary. I didn't realize he got booted by Giratina Ho. That's goated. Those are two restricted.
What was the format of the tournament? Was it single elim or was it Swiss?
It was Swiss for 5 rounds. And then X and 1 cut from there, I think, just put into a bracket. Probably single elim bracket after that. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Calc is right, and we had Adi's Calc from earlier ready to go, which you'll have to present it a little bit more than that, but go ahead and tell us what we're looking at.
Okay. So we got a Chiyu, and I've got 2 Calcs actually, or I've got 1 Calc and then I guess a percentage difference. So let's do Chiyu against a Murkrow clicking foul play, step foul play, and the Chiyu has a 20 attack IV.
Right.
How much is foul play doing?
4 HP.
And then I also want you to guess how many hit points different the 0 attack IV will do on a max roll.
Okay. What is the investment? Just 4 HP, you said?
Just 4 HP, yeah.
Okay.
And 0 attack.
All right. First, got to get my percentage. For the 20 IV, I've got my number.
I've got my number. Yeah, I got my number.
Alex, what do you think?
And of course, negative nature is just kind of assumed here, right? So still modest or timid or something. Okay. I was gonna go for 46. I feel like it's gonna be a little uncomfortably high. Maybe we'll see.
46.
Like 46% or 46?
Yeah, 46%. I know 46 damage is close to 46% on Chi-Yu because it has such low HP. But
I'm going for 46 damage. I think it's going to do about 28%, which I think is around there. I think I'm a little bit off of so I'm going 28%. But,
okay.
Which should be
which Murkrow set are we looking at?
And then for wait, one more question. Because you're gonna click on this, it's gonna be 0 attack IV. What is the difference between the max roll hit points and the 20 attack IV hit points? How much more damage are you doing or taking? You think 2?
2 damage points. Could be 3.
No, I thought Adi already gave away the thing on this. Is that it's going to be an uncomfortable amount. So I'm gonna say, I guess 15. I'll say 15 and see.
15. Okay.
Maybe we're both drastically wrong in different directions. So this is such a strange scenario that we've been presented with that I'm not really sure how to answer it. Terra Ground, no.
Well, the Terra Ground is fine. Click on Foul Play though. Yeah. Why are you tearing it?
Wow. Wait. What?
Because he wants to be right. Okay.
Why are you tearing it? I didn't. What am
I thought the whole thing was.
That's the Foul Play.
What?
What? Wait, the Chi wasn't supposed to Terra, was it? I didn't say Terra.
The Chi is not supposed to Terra, but also you put the IVs in.
Okay, yeah. I thought you said.
Wait, did you give your number assuming Terra? Oh, I did not say Terra, or at least I didn't mean.
My bad. I thought I always thought we were talking about Terra Ghost earlier. So I guess half my number, 46 to 23, looks like I'm still not in there.
It's actually 4x less damage. Because
you're right.
Effective, super effective.
Yeah. My bad. I'm messing up my.
So it's like
6 times.
I got baited by Alex's number. Yeah, I overshot it quite a bit.
Yeah, y'all both had some high numbers out there. It is only doing 27 hit points max.
No,
17 to 20%.
I was just off. That was the number I came up with before.
Nah, I misunderstood the assignment. We both messed it up pretty badly.
If I got baited by Alex's number.
All right, Adi. So let's see. The HP difference here on a regular old Chi-Yu, 20 is doing 27 max versus 0 is doing 24 max. So 3 HP.
So it's 3 hit points. Yeah, you were. I think Nick was very close for that one.
Yeah, he said 2. Yep.
And Alex said 15, which I guess if you multiply it by 3 is pretty close. Multiplied by 4 is pretty close. But yeah, I do think that 3 hit points is not a negligible amount of hit points. If it was 1 hit point, I'd be okay with it. If I'm taking 3 additional damage, and if I Terra, I'm taking even more. That's enough that I would consider not running the shiny Chi-Yu.
Nah. Run the swag. Run the cool guy.
I don't know, because Chi-Yu is a Pokemon that you want to switch into Foul Play, right? If you know you're taking a Foul Play, Chi-Yu is the one you want to switch into, right? It's not like he's never taking this attack.
All right.
I really think I wouldn't run it. Till champions.
All right. Here's my calc, guys. You ready? No. How do I do this? I think I'm gonna have to go to a different generation. No bulk Mega Gengar. How much is it taking from a Dragonite with 30 extra attack points, extreme speed with Aerolate?
30 extra base attack points. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 extra base. So Dragonite's up to, I think I'll just say the number. I believe Dragonite's 134, right? So I think we're saying 164 attack Dragonite. Aerolate extreme speed into a no bulk Mega Gengar. And it's just max attack adamant. Max attack adamant.
It's Aerolate's 30% now, right?
You get to know that after you give your number.
I know it's they nerfed it. This is such a funny calc. Okay, I got a number.
I got a number too.
Okay, I think I gotta go back to Ultra Sun and Moon maybe here to get the megas.
Yeah, they're still in the calc for Gen 9. You can pull up a mega, but
I at least now's calc. I don't know if you can.
Put in Gengar and then change the form.
No. I think it doesn't show. I think it doesn't show.
Oh, it doesn't show.
Maybe on the regular, default calc.
Now the formies are there.
Okay. Oh, Nat Dex button. Okay, there's a Nat Dex button or something. Let's see. National Dex.
Thank you, Mr. Damage Calc.
All right, Mega Gengar.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's good.
Terra Stellar Mega Gengar. Okay.
Damn.
Wait,
Dragonite,
we have to
where
get
is-
our numbers first.
You have to ask us what we think.
Oh, shoot. Don't look at this. Well,
It's
okay.
cool.
You guys don't. You guys already picked your
Uh,
numbers, anyways. You didn't change them. Audie, what do you got?
I think it's doing 140. I think it's really killing.
All right, Nick.
I was way less bullish on it, but maybe I've run too much bulky Mega Gengar. I said it was doing 60.
You said no bulk, right?
Yeah, bulkless.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think we're I think we're probably about equally off though.
What'd you say, Nick? 64?
I said 65. Yeah. No,
Okay, I was more with Nick at least because it doesn't have any like offense item. There's no like Chen Pao or anything, So I was feeling it. So I go change
30,
this to 164.
Okay, I probably overshot by a little bit. 164 is a lot of attack points though, man. And then you get a 30% boost. That's basically like a life orb on a stab.
You only get a 20% boost.
And
because of the. But okay, no, it's got rolls.
Oh my god! Wow, that's a lot of damage. Because it's stab. Oh my god. So Dragonite with 30 points is a lot, but I feel like if they're giving Dragonite a Mega, they might do some shit like that. And then if it was actually Aerolate, Extreme Speed, that's wow. I mean, obviously you can Eevee to survive that, and if it's Aerolate, you can Intimidate it, but like, that's a lot of damage from a priority attack that you can't be immune to. Oh boy.
Well, this is comparable to Terra Normal Extreme Speed, right? It's actually a little more.
It's
if you don't have an item for some reason.
Terra the Gengar into a water type, and see how much it takes.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
No, we're just tearing the Gengar into a normal type. See how it compares. And then Terra the Dragonite into a normal type and take Aerolate off.
But still with the juiced attack stat or no?
No, without the juiced attack stat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think it's a pretty comparable amount of damage to like probably like a Life Orb, maybe, or like Silk Scarf, Terra Normal E-Speed.
But this is
right?
doesn't
it's
have
like
the choice band
it's
yet.
like 30% less.
Yeah. So
right. If you give the choice band, it does a little more.
Yeah, no, it's pretty comparable. Okay, sure.
But yeah, I will say, with everybody buzzing about Aerolate as being a potential ability, it would be a little bit boring with like Mega Ments already existing. Like I think that they're probably not going that route. I feel, not only because
but
it's
why
strong,
would you give it wings on 3 different parts of its body if it's not going to have Aerolate as its ability?
Nick, do you have a calc?
What do you think the wings on its head do? Do you think it helps it fly? Like,
shut up, man. You're a hater. You're a hater. I don't care what you would.
Just like Salaman's wings, they are there for direction. They're completely non-functional. They're just there to look pretty. Exact same vibes. Anyways, my calc is modest Scarf Chiyu, max special attack, of course, into Calc default Ice Rider, which is the Terra Normal Adamant one with Fire Blast.
Yeah.
How much is Fire Blast Chiyu doing to the 252 HP 132 Spit F Ice Rider, which is like just kind of a really basic spread. You're hitting a bonus point attack and then dumping Spit F.
Okay. Adaptability. Oh god. Adaptability D-Knight, imagine. Could be funky. So I got my number.
Okay.
Number.
Okay, Alex, what's your number?
I'm hoping I get this one, but I'm gonna guess like 112. I feel like it's killing, but like, no, maybe 112 is whatever. I'm locking it in.
Adi, what's your number?
So there's no Terra on Chiyu. There's no boosting item on Chiyu. It's just like Scarf Modest. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarf Modest, Chiyu, Beads of Ruin, but like, yeah.
I think it's missing the KO. I think it might be just a roll the KO, but Overheat clearly KOs. Overheat doesn't KO by that much. It is 40 extra base power higher. I think it's doing 92.
40?
All right. It is not 40 base power higher. Overheat's 130 and Fire Blast is 110.
Oh, right. Overheat's 130. Okay.
You're thinking of like Hyper Beam or something. Right, I don't know.
Right. I was thinking 150. Yeah. I've been Terra pilled or
it's not Blast Burn.
It's not Blast Burn. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Chiyu, Calyrex, normal adamant. But we don't got the move on there, dude.
We're gonna figure out why nobody runs this. And it's because they all suck. It gets the kill.
Yeah, dude, I was right in there. Come on.
Yeah, no, Alex got it right. Fire Blast Chiyu. It gets the kill.
I did say I think it could be a roll to kill. I did have my internal overheat calcs pretty accurate. I'm happy about that.
I was kind of wondering if it could, like, because I figured overheat was one shotting. I was wondering if
overheat's a roll to kill.
Yeah, it's already a roll to kill. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bulkless,
you Terrafire it.
Yeah, you're right. Or Terra Ground it.
Or you could click the other move that kills the Shadow Rider. I don't know. That could be an option.
Could be an option.
Ruination? It's super effective.
Snarl?
All right, well...
Terra goes Terra Blast?
Yo, okay, now we're cooking. Yeah, because they usually do run Terra Ghost. Not a bad idea. Okay, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. But thanks for hanging around for this one. And also, if you're here now but you didn't catch the beginning, !YT in the chat. Adi will be posting this on his YouTube channel tomorrow. So look for it there. And Nick, thank you for joining us this week.
Of course. Anytime.
And I guess we'll figure out who we're going to throw the raid over to. But yeah, look for us next week. We'll be talking about this Victory Road tournament that we were talking about earlier in the episode, as well as maybe previewing some more of the archetypes in the format. It just kind of depends on how much what type of news we get. We'll have to kind of wait and see. But that's probably in the plans. Send you over to Master Mark. Y'all have a good rest of your evening and catch you around. Peace out, peeps.